Ebird Online, and I'm back with part 2 of my 90 Day Fiance video on Amanda and Razvan, and it's part 2 of what led to the demise of their relationship. It's 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days Season 6, Episode 11. Right, so you don't need me to tell you to subscribe to my channel. Oh, actually you do, because some of you still haven't subscribed. Come on now guys, you know what to do. If you want to make Ebird a very happy Ebird, just press that red button. Also, please don't forget to like and share the video. Thanks guys. Right, so without further ado, I give you part 2 of Amanda and Razvan. And just very quickly guys, if you haven't seen part 1, I'll put the link to part 1 in information below. And so guys, the very next time we meet up with this couple, there's yet another incident, which is one more nail in the coffin of this relationship. The couple go out to a pool party of one of his best friends, Diana, and apparently she's very keen to meet Amanda. Don't worry Diana, that will all change very soon. So they arrive at the pool party and they start making small talk with Diana and a few other people, and Diana asked Amanda why she wasn't wearing a swimsuit. And before Amanda could say anything, Razvan jumped in and said, oh, she's on her period. Now Amanda's very shy and very private, it would seem. And she went a bit red and she said to production, why would he just say that? And I think she was a bit embarrassed, but I think to those guys, and even if I was there, it wouldn't be a big deal. And so Diana questions Amanda about how she likes Romania, and Razvan said she's really enjoying it. And Amanda said, am I? And guys, it was just super awkward. But I noticed immediately there's a disconnect between Diana and Amanda.
Look at his eyes, like...
Yeah.
like a cat. You like Romania?
Like I'm not used to like a city. Like where I live is like a town.
But she's getting used to it.
Am I?
Yeah, you told me.
And so guys, as you can see here, Amanda's awkwardness is never really very far away. Diana's giving Amanda a bombastic side eye, and you could cut the atmosphere with a knife. And so Diana decides she wants a private chat with Amanda. And by private chat she means rip her a new arsehole. And she takes her away from the group. And she sits her down and says, when you look at Razvan, the way that you look at him is it's as if you don't like him. Are you in love with him, or are you just attached to him? Interesting question. Yeah, Diana, it's none of your effing business. Guys, that's what I would have said, but instead Amanda said, no, I am in love with him, but we've just had some arguments, we're still getting to know each other. But Diana's not having any of it, and she thinks they're not meant to be. They're not a good match, and she told her she thought that her relationship was toxic, and she said please don't play with him. There aren't many boys out there that are like Razvan. And do you know what guys, I think she's right. I've never met a grown man who calls himself the Pancake Man and smears himself with chocolate sauce. Oh my lord, Diana, mind the business that pays you. Razvan seems to have quite the penchant for bitchy girls, doesn't he? But I'll say one thing for Razvan. He should have never brought Diana around Amanda. As far as I'm concerned, she pretty much ran Amanda out of town. I think Amanda was teetering on the edge, but I think as soon as she had this wave of negativity from Diana, who, let's have it straight, decided she didn't like her almost off rip, I think it pretty much tipped Amanda over the edge. She's seemingly having serious doubts anyway, and I think any little negative thing that happens is just adding to this cacophony of noise in her head saying, don't do this, be loyal to Jason. And so taking all of this into account, what happened this week, the demise of their relationship, was no surprise to anybody with half a brain. So the next time we see this couple, they're in bed grinning like Cheshire Cats, and we discover they've finally done the deed.
So we stayed up all night. And we
had sex all night?
yeah.
Not another right.
And guys, if you notice, Amanda's still really awkward when talking about sex. I think that's just her personality. She is quite an awkward character. And very often it comes across as either quite childish or, even worse, quite rude. And I'm struggling to work out if she's always like this or if it's just when she's with Razvan. And so today Razvan's taken her to the castle of Dracula. And incidentally, today's the day he was supposed to be doing his video shoot. And guys, this is what convinces me that Razvan's actually a good guy. The fact that he's postponed his video shoot, and here's the reason.
I was planning this music video for these days, but we decided to postpone the video shoot because Amanda was really uncomfortable about me kissing the girl in the music video.
So this just goes to show that he is considering her feelings and is kind of doing as much as he can to compromise with her. And also I've just had a thought, she's managed to, I don't know, mess up his bag. Because Razvan could have showcased his new music video, Soulja Boy styly, and got a few hits and clicks and a bit of media buzz. He's quite clearly prioritising Amanda and her feelings. Because I think otherwise, he would have gone to the end of the earth to make sure that he was at that video shoot and so were the TLC cameras. So anyway, they arrive at the castle and they're messing around outside and they're having fun, racing each other and so on, and they go into the castle and look around. And the couple finally for the first time look like a couple and they take selfies and they have a really good time. That was until they came upon the torture chamber, and in there was a seat called the interrogation seat, and it was an old wooden seat with spikes sticking out. And Razvan said to Amanda, "I think I'm in need of the interrogation chair." "Well, there are a few questions I want to ask you, namely, when are you going to tell the kids about me and when can I come to America with my brand new tourist visa?" And Amanda said, "I really don't know." And he said, "Well, you must have some idea." And she said, "I don't want to speculate." And he said, "Yes, speculate. That's what we need. We need to speculate." And guys, I make him right. I think even if she says, "Okay, it's going to be in 6 months," then he knows what it is. It's 6 months. If she says it's going to be in a year, that's what it is, a year. I don't think she can really just say, "I don't know when it's going to be," for the simple fact that she did agree to go over there with him. They are saying they're in a relationship and they are saying, "I love you" to each other. So given all of that, even though it's always going to be a very difficult conversation to have with her kids, she does have to consider Razvan in all of this as well. But when he tries to push her, she says the following.
I don't know. Well, let's not speculate.
No, we need to speculate because I want some answers.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
But guys, she completely stonewalls him and she refuses to discuss it. And then she tries to change the conversation and she said, "Let's look around. I want to see what's in that room." "Never mind what's in that room, Amanda. You should be concentrating on what's in this room, i.e. the remnants of your relationship." And poor Razvan looks crestfallen. He doesn't know where he stands. I do Razvan, in a big dollop of shit by the looks of things. And so the very next time we see Amanda, she's putting on her makeup at the hotel room. And she tells production that she and Razvan had a massive fight last night. And she said it's because she feels he's not realistic about his career and how he's going to support himself when he gets to the States.
If he is coming there, I would expect him to have a plan and be able to support himself financially and not just sit back and chase his dreams while I'm supporting him and my kids.
Right, so Amanda would have us believe that Razvan wants to come to the US and to play at being pop stars, all whilst earning no money. I find that quite difficult to believe. I think he's very likely to earn more money online in the US than he does in Romania, and it seems to me he's living quite well in Romania. His flat's beautiful. Also, the first trip is a 2-week holiday, and on that trip he's going to see if he gets on with your kids, if they get on with him, and if you can actually even be together in a relationship. So why you're talking about all this extraneous stuff, I will never know. His question to you is, when can I come on my tourist visa? It's going to take at minimum 6 to 9 months to get the K1 visa, and it's before you apply for this visa and not the tourist visa that you start talking about these issues. How is he going to make money? How much money does he have? It's very difficult for somebody in another continent to say exactly how much money and how they're going to make money when they get to somewhere that they've never lived before. But of course, next we go over to Razvan, and it would seem his story is significantly at variance with Amanda's. According to him, she just out of nowhere suddenly started saying, "Who earns more money, me or you?"
To try to tell me like, who has more money. I don't know, I feel like I need to not say nothing because she has more money, but I never asked for nothing for her.
And then he said she compared him to Jason and said if I wanted something, Jason would go straight out and get it. And he said he felt it was unfair to compare him to Jason because, well, Jason isn't here. And I get the feeling that what he was trying to say is, I can't defend myself against your perfect late husband. I'm a new person, a different person. I will contribute to the household. But guys, I've just got a feeling that Amanda wanted an out. I really do. Because he was only coming over on this tourist visa for a couple of weeks to see what America was like and to meet her kids. There's time to talk about how they're going to make money and so on later on. She knows what he does for a living. She knows how he makes money. And so none of this is new. I don't know why this argument would come up now. And then Amanda actually admits that she said things that she thinks were very hurtful. And she said, "You're not the kind of man I'm looking for. I'm looking for the kind of man that would put his pride aside and do anything for his family." Amanda, if he's earning online at the same time that he's pursuing his singing and whatever, his acting, what's the big problem? And without putting too fine a point on it, I don't think pride is a prominent feature of Razvan's hierarchy of needs. I just don't. But anyway, Amanda finished up by saying she told Razvan she wanted it to work, but she just doesn't think that it will work. And it seems rather strange to me, considering she's been saying "I love you" for the whole 2 weeks. She's literally just slept with him a couple of days ago. And she was very shocked when he said he had his visa, but she seemed quite pleased after a while. And let's face fact, it's a 2-week holiday visa. I didn't even know that Romanians needed a visa to go to America anyway. It's just really not that big a deal. And guys, my heart was literally breaking for him, and it was in absolute floods of tears to production. And finally, Amanda hits the nail on the head when she said, "Did I get into a relationship too quickly? Does he know how to deal with someone who still has open wounds from the death of their husband?" And it's not for me to say, but it does seem as if it's a little bit too quick. And guys, I'm saying this not in terms of time, but just in terms of where she is mentally. I think one day she's all for it, and the next day she's not. One day she's happy, and the next day she's in her head thinking about her late husband. I guess it's too early, not for everyone, but for Amanda. And then Amanda said, "Maybe we're both broken. He's just been divorced. I've just lost my husband. Maybe we both want to see something that's actually not there." And for what it's worth, I think they do get on. I think there is something there. But I do just think it's maybe too early, and maybe it was moving a little bit fast for Amanda.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, it's something wrong with me. But in the right relationship, you're not feeling this, that it's something wrong with you.
Oh, poor Razvan. Razvan, from what I've seen and from what we've seen, you've done absolutely nothing wrong. It's just a timing issue. There's nothing wrong with you, and there is your perfect person out there just waiting for you. Ladies, form an orderly queue. You heard it from Amanda. He's even better looking in real life. And that's where we end things for this video. Guys, what do you think? I think it's just a really sad story. I sympathise with Amanda because she's looking at this, considering her children. I think at some point she's feeling very guilty with regard to Jason, her late husband. I think she wants to connect with Razvan, but she just finds it difficult. And whenever she does, she feels a wave of guilt, which I think leads her to lash out and be quite mean to him. And unfortunately, Amanda's meanness has been quite a constant presence within this story. And I can't help but think, Razvan, you're better off out of it. I also want to speak very quickly about the idea that Razvan just wants to get to America. When we saw him break down to production and crying about the demise of the relationship, that to me is either, well, maybe he is a great actor, but that to me is either an amazing Oscar-winning performance, or he's genuinely in love with her, and the whole America thing is just, well, it's just that, a sideshow, an extra. I think he's genuinely head over heels in love with Amanda. But my final words are for Amanda. It's extremely distressing to see how upset Razvan was, but not nearly as distressing as it was to watch Amanda very matter-of-fact say, "Yeah, I think I said things that really upset him. Yeah, I think he's really hurting." And she was just nonchalantly applying her makeup, and she was as unconcerned as could be. And she said, "We're not the same sort of people. He's not the kind of guy I'm looking for. But Amanda, this morning you said you loved him. Even if you've worked out that this is not for you, you let the person down gently and sensitively. There's absolutely no reason in the world that you would elect to choose somebody in this despicable manner." But all I can say is I think her actions are quite self-serving, and I do hope if she ever watches the series back, she gives Razvan a call in order to apologise. Guys, we can only hope. So guys, I'd love to know what you think in comments down below. Can this couple work out? Do you think they can put their differences aside? Or do you just think that Amanda needs time? and to go at a very slow pace. Please put your answers down below. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash that like button. I really would appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. You've been listening to Ebird Online, and I bid you good day.
Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just me, your body, your mind. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my ass.